jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me. Let's go, baby. 67,200. They're trying to break it. Getting a bit of a violent bounce all the way back to 67.3. Insanity here for Bitcoin. Acting like a false move Monday for a Friday. We better watch out. Let's see what this market gives us. I'll be live in 10. Check. Check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Am I still here? Am I still here? I don't know if I'm long, but we'll find out. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Am I here? Am I here? Am I still here? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Am I still here? You are here. Yes. Wow. All right. Let's see if this stream goes through. Sorry, I left my VPN on. When I leave my VPN on, you can, what it usually does is that's why I can't use a VPN while I'm streaming, which kind of stinks. But we'll figure it out as we go throughout the stream. Everything seems okay right now. I've never been able to turn the VPN on and keep the stream going, but I did it now and it seems to be okay. So let's get the music back up and running. Dang, man, I made a mistake today. There's so much pressure every day to do it perfect. And I can't stand the days I don't do it perfectly. Anyway, let's see if we can get that intro back up and running, and I'll see you in a second. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Everything seems to be going well, but it's not. It's not a live stream if you don't have some technical difficulties. That's how I always say. I still feel like I saw a one drop frame there sneak out of nowhere, but we're gonna keep it pushing. Hopefully everything keeps going the way it's supposed to be going. That's just a kind of like a flip flop walk there, and we'll get back into it. No. I was gonna try a new track out of nowhere. Not a good look. Let's keep it regular. Shout out to 67,220. All I want is the weekly candle to close above 67,220. It's all that matters. All right. Okay. I'm so pumped today. Let's go. Yeah, I'm like white right now. I don't like when the stream messes up. So I got to recover. You got to watch me recover right now. Bounce back, Sammy. Let's go. Everything's good. We got a bunch of beautiful people here. We got a stream going. This is how you keep it moving. You know what? Actually, we can use this as a situation to talk about how you bounce back. How no matter what happens, you keep it moving. Hey, we're still here, right? The mic's on. I'm alive. Everything's still kicking. And everything's going well. I just left my VPN on. Not a big deal. But, always something that you got to think about. Oh, and you added the ice without even being told. My daughter is the best. She's the cutest little thing in the world. I love you. Thank you. Wait, say it to the mic. I'll bring it down.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Right, the mic covered her face. Shout out to everybody here. Let's put the lemon into the water. Let's stay hydrated. And I think she just saved the day. She just saved the whole day, right? Like watching her, listening to her beautiful voice, man. She's the cutest thing in the world. And remember, when you support me, you support my 3 beautiful daughters and my wife, man. I got 3 kids and my wife now. I can't believe it. I'm a guy with 3 kids. 3 kids. Apparently, Andrew Tate, I'm a nothing burger white dude. No, I'm just. I love the Tates. I think they're cool. Actually, his brother has been nice to me. Reached out to me on Twitter when my mom passed, and actually, it was one of the reasons I went viral and got 1 million. The day my mom died, I went viral on Twitter. It's kind of crazy, but it was because of my man, Talesman Tate, baby. Dude is the man, dude. Nice. The younger brother, I never interacted with Andrew. He seems like a beautiful man. Nice guy, I guess. Some people say no, I guess he's very controversial. Some things he says I don't agree with as well, you know what I mean? Anyway, the Tates are very polarizing. I don't like to bring them up for that reason. You look wonderful. I love that outfit. You are so beautiful. Oh my, look at you. All right, I got to get to work, baby. God bless you. All right, the kids are crazy today. It's Friday, man. You know what I'm saying? They're restless. So we talked about MANEKI here at the bottom of the channel here. MANEKI banging on them to the upside, up 147% since I first talked about it in the trading group. I didn't get in early, but right there was the sweet spot. That's my model right there. The cup is Sammy, cup and handy. And let me build it for you. I think my crew has this now, right? So, but anyway, I'll keep it cleaner. Get rid of the moving averages and I just want to show you what a cup and handle is. A cup and handle is when you have a falling wedge with this beautiful, and I can identify these perfectly. And somehow my mind doesn't see all the fear and the up and down everyone else sees. I just see graphical data, right? Like I'm kind of autistic in a way where I don't go through the human emotions other people do because my brain isn't wired the same. So my brain's not wired the same. I get excited to see shapes and geographic, like it's kind of weird. I'm a weirdo, okay? I want you to understand this. Like there's something strange about me. I'm a nice guy. I look regular. That's the thing about me is I look like the average white dude. But I'm not. I'm telling you right now, I never fit in. It seemed, and I kept looking at myself in the mirror like, why don't I should fit in? I look like I'm supposed to fit in, but I never did. It was really strange. I can't explain it. And that's why I'm here with each and every one of you. And that's why I had to create my own job because no job really, I didn't really fit in any job. It didn't really work. My last job, I worked with one person who understood me and knew that I was strange. But she accepted that and she used the smart part about me to get her work done because she knew I could get the things done that she needed to get done. All right. And I worked in television computing like time codes and, insanity, what I was doing for years. But anyway, I was behind 2 to 3 monitors at every day, just grinding, bringing in codecs, up-resing and down-resing, and then Anyway. If you just want to know what I used to do real quick, I got to tell you for a split second. So say they shoot a TV show. Let's just say the TV show is, what's a TV show out there right now? Like Reacher, right? All right, well, it's a kind of controversial. I don't know, but Game of Thrones. There's a good one. When they shoot Game of Thrones, they may shoot it on film and bring it, or usually it's high digital now, right? So they shoot it and they bring you tapes, right? Or they bring you, now it's on like a chip, but they bring you like the memory card. You put the memory card, you load it. It's high res footage. That's a lot of footage. You back it up onto another hard drive. You then have what's called a 24 terabyte mass drive. So you have 24,000 gigabytes. That makes sense. Or 24 terabytes, right? Multiple terabytes inside of a mass drive that you then connect fiber throughout the entire office, which I would either hire the fiber guy and work with them, and then each computer is connected to this giant database. This is how I used to build these as a video engineer, right? And then work and actually do the editing and the video work, right? And then what would happen is we would load the footage to maybe a save drive. A lot of times we wouldn't. We would put it on backup drives because they were cheaper. Store it on 3 backup drives. All the raw data and the cards. Have them saved and locked in. And then here we would do what's called a down res. I would load the footage in at a lower resolution, but it would remember its time code and its origin through a source process. At the end, when the whole thing was done, I would print out a sheet that would tell me where every single shot went. And if the editor used 1,000 shots, one from here, one from there, I got this long sheet. And then what I would do is I would connect those shots to the high resolution footage to save data on the max, so the business could run and do multiple shows at once. You see? And this could hold way more shows and that's how you run that. Someone figured that out one day. And so my job was like handling all that, knowing where all the stuff was, and it was insane. Anyway, I don't do it anymore. I really am so happy that I don't do it anymore. Dear Lord, thank me, because I used to sit in front of computers. I worked a night shift doing it for 6 years, where I would manage like 30 computers at one time. It was out of control. Anyway, you don't need to know about this. You probably don't. The viewership is probably plummeting right now because nobody cares about my previous life. They want to know about the charts. But MANEKI is hot. All right. So MANEKI was hot. I mean, it wasn't a bad job. I worked in computers. At one point, it was high. I was getting what I think was highly paid, you know, but it wasn't enough, and it wasn't where I wanted to be in life. I love the Techo stuff, man. Sammy, shout out to Rave Song Records. God bless you. Thank you for being here. So MANEKI looks hot to me. If anything could blow, it's MANEKI, and I see it headed further to the target of the cup and handle. It does have to pull back. May even pull all the way back to this 1 cent area one more time. But man, we talked about MANEKI when it was half a penny, and now it's 1 2/10 of a cent. So we'll see what happens. But I see that, you know, and I don't own any MANEKI, and I don't know who owns it, and I don't know who created it, and I know nothing about it. I'm just a TA guy that found it early, told my crew, and I'm going over it again today. There's really nothing nefarious behind my MANEKI ideas here. Most people would buy MANEKI and then talk about MANEKI. I don't do stuff like that. I just don't. It just doesn't fulfill me. I talked about ONDO. I got into ONDO. We started buying ONDO when it dipped back in these whole areas, and I said this is consolidation for ONDO. I talked about it on 5.5 and 5.15. Showed it to my trading group. You would have known for the last 20 days that ONDO was ready to boom eventually, and ONDO got the call. And there you have it at 114. Eventually, too many VCs, too many insiders, too many people wanted to get down on ONDO and have already gotten in. And there was beautiful resistance, flipped it, used it as support. That's an SR flip. That's traditional trading right there. You don't need to know anything else about how to trade a falling wedge, support or resistance. Bit of a double bottom too as well for ONDO. And I see ONDO headed to the target at 124 and a bigger target all the way to 140 outside of the wedge. So shout out to my ONDO holders. I made a nice couple bags off ONDO. Congratulations if you got into ONDO like I did and you're in gains. And I talked about it on the trading group. I went over it with each and every one of you, and it's RWA. It's the big play. And there, that's kind of what we see happening there for ONDO. All right. Wow, Bitcoin bouncing all the way back to 67,500, 67,006. Let's get back into Bitcoin here. So sorry to miss the fun as I'm talking about my previous life status here. But it was just a crazy life, I'm telling you. So wow, they dumped it and then they pumped it like you read about. I'm telling you, I could smell a short squeeze today. I just couldn't. I just didn't, I don't know. Something felt like we were going to get a squeeze. Last night, I thought we were going to get a squeeze right here. I took a long. I got stopped out right there. I did. One of the first times I've woken up in loss. It's very rare. I'm like, I'm supposed to wake up in the game. How dare you do that to me? And some could say, is it like a week? Is that like a shoulder, a head, and a very small little shoulder? I've seen that play out, even though it's strange. My whole thing is a breaking above the 200 SMA on the 7-minute time frame is a bullish signal for me. That's a strong candle with a move to the upside. I was looking for this move right here. I didn't take the long. I wanted to wait for us to get above the 200 because it's been so sketchy trading recently. So we got here, we got resistance, and then we fell further to the downside. All right. We got back above, though. Everything looking pretty nice here for Bitcoin. All right. This is the last Friday before Universal T1 settlement. Yeah. Lifer, can you give an analysis for Turbo? In my opinion, it's going to $1 billion. Turbo's likely going to hit $1 billion. Has a strong community. A very, very strong community. And look, they just liquidated the shorts absolutely ridiculously. And I'm telling you right now, you never know what this market's going to be doing. Let's take a look back at the 1-minute time frame. Wish I was sitting on that 1 minute. I got a little frazzled there by the technicals. My studio technicals here. So we got above the, look, right when that candle opened, that's when I opened my longs, right? And I would have nailed that. Bang, like that's my indication to long right there. Yes, you kind of have a double bottom here, yes, but and I may have missed this move, but I like the confirmation. Once that 1-minute candle closed, oh my God, this is a move. Oh my gosh, this is a serious liquidation. Look at this going on right here for Bitcoin. Unbelievable. BTC, they're absolutely getting smashed and liquidated here. Woo! Woo! That's some hot sauce. I mean, that is, wow. And people it's like a false move Monday out here. But again, if you just trade my signals, you don't get caught up in the loss. You just take the long right when we break. Did anyone take the long on the 1 minute here? I hope somebody did for me, as that should have been a massive gain for me. I should be taking profits right now. That's my thing. Get in there, get out when the stokes are high. Don't worry about the rest of the day or what else is going to happen. Take yours and move on. I hope somebody got paid. And the ETH ETF finally gets approved. It took all day and then into the night. They were playing games, right, with that ETH ETF. But we'll talk about Ethereum And we'll break down Bitcoin in the bigger time frame, but this is like a smoke show right here for Bitcoin. You are getting pulled away for the 21 pretty fast. You need to consolidate. You're going to likely come back down to the 21 here. I'd be taking my profito or holding for the longer term. Is the 15-minute going to get... Yeah, see, the 15 minutes got to break. See, now I see the gap to the... See, this is what we're supposed to see. We're supposed to gap up to the 200 MA now. What a strange pattern. I guess it's in this symmetrical triangle right here, though, that almost normally breaks down, and it's attempting a break to the upside. Measured move be the base. Yeah, and you're going for that 200 MA on the 15-minute. So they're going for that reversal. Once you break this resistance, you're going to gap all the way up to the VRVP point of control, likely at 69,800. Bit of a beautiful double bottom too as well for Bitcoin. Do I mean it's all up? No, we may get resistance here and then dump down. More we're going to figure out here through some detective work and through technical analysis what is actually happening for BTC and where we see it going. But this short squeeze doesn't seem to want to stop. They just absolutely rock the shorts. And I put out no shorts to my trading group. Nobody got rocked if you were trading my style. My style would have told you to long. My style will keep you from getting liquidated time and time again. See, if the shorts knew my style, then they would never be in longs. It would stop them from getting liquidated. So look, we hit my first resistance area, 67,987, 68K basically. And this area hit 1, 2, 3. That's why I had that line drawn. And that's exactly where people took their first amount of profits. That's why support or resistance is key. You can learn, get in again with the 200, sell it resistance. It's a beautiful trade to the upside right there for Bitcoin. Kind of tight that I missed it, and I was talking about my past life. But it is what it is. I guess there's regrets all abound today. I can't even live in regret. I got to live in just complete beauty. Life is a beautiful thing. Everything is going to go well. And don't worry, we won't have no more drop frames. That was just me playing with the VPN. No issues here. We're on Comcast Business, paying $200 a month for the internet. No joke. No joke there, bro. No jokes. $200 a month for the internet. They actually got me for $3 because I signed up. We said we wanted the highest service. That connection didn't work. They had to give me a new connection. So my wife went and said, we're going to downgrade. And they said, oh, it will be the same price anyway. They like, so shady, right? Well, like, but we asked for the biggest package. Now we don't need it on the old line, right? And they're like, oh, but the price wouldn't matter. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, we're going to... Pretty weird, right? So $300 a month for internet then. Whatever, and I had to do whatever I had to do. I didn't care. I had to pull the trigger. Like, I didn't really have time to assess the situation. And that happens a lot with me in my business. I got to spend money you just got to spend money to get it done. I spend way more money than I ever would have in my life. You know what I mean? But that's what the business needs. Wow, this is getting crazy here. We got to go to the smaller time frame. Yeah, this 30-second is in a bit of a flag. I'm really upset. It's burning inside right now that I didn't take this trade. It's burning because it's my system, and it would have been beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. So cute. My daughter melts me, but I see a move here. Look at this little flag and see the Stokes curving up. That's a move back to 68,000. And what a beautiful pump back for Bitcoin to the upside. Golden cross there on the 30-second chart. Suggests more is coming here for Bitcoin. My target would take us to 68,660. And let's see if BOOKMAP has any indications of going higher. It does. I mean, it has it right there, 68.7, 69Ks. So my area right there has liquidity. This looks like we're about to squeeze further to the upside. The shorts are getting absolutely dominated right now and banged on them. See, that's why I don't do the short long thing unless you know when to take profits exactly, because that one trade's going to get banged on and you should have sold it. So I like to be in one trade, end it, move on. Like if I was in a short, take my profit, move on. Get into a long, take my profit, move on. Right? So I don't want to leave you too high and dry here. A little bit of bearish div coming in on the 32nd. That swings down, that swings up. You're a little far for the 21-day moving average. Do you need to kind of hang out now? I'm just telling you, things just seem to be so hot. I get, you got a bit of a rising wedge. And remember, I have no idea what price action is going to do. I just keep moving and making patterns until I see something that makes sense to me that I've seen in the past based on data. You get it? Like my mind right now is going through a Rolodex of all the times I've seen what I've seen. And I'm like, is this what I'm seeing or is that what I'm seeing? So it is kind of, look, the rising wedge breaking to the downside, right? Let's just see where we just hit. We hit 68,000 and now we're at 67. I got to get out of the smaller time frame for a second. We'll come back to this, don't worry, but I got to look at the daily now and take a look at what's happening. So really, really awesome is, see this point of control? And it's the big resistance right here. And we call it basically 67K, right? 67,000. So the daily has support at 67,000, clear as day. And that's the weekly support of resistance too, all I want, he keeps thinking all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. I don't know, but it's that same idea. Like, I don't want a lot. I just, Sunday night, all I desire, actually, I don't want anything. I desire things. All I desire is for Bitcoin to close a weekly candle above 67,200. That will be a blessing. One step at a time, everybody, on the weekly candle closes. We don't need it all. We don't need to be greedy about the weekly candle. May I get the likes up to the watchers? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. In case you need an article about the passing of the Doge dog, yeah, I appreciate that. And Kabuso, the dog who inspired Dogecoin and Shiba Inu is no more. A farewell to Kabuso. Popular dog Kabuso, the face of the Dogecoin and several other meme tokens, died early Friday. Her owner wrote in a blog post she was over 17 years old. We'll be holding a farewell party for Kabu-chan on Sunday, May 26. It'll be held at the Flower Kori and Katsu no Mori, Narita City from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Anyone out here able to go to that, let us know. Send us some pictures to the lifer. Is there a lifer in the trading group that can go to that physically? I bet there is. I would not be surprised if someone lives there and says, I'm a lifer and I live there. Anyone in the chat? Is there anyone in the chat? All right. Somebody said that's a lie. I don't know what. Anyway, let's get back to BTC. So the daily, previous resistance on the daily is showing up as support. Beautiful thing. As long as we get a candle above this to close, we'll be okay. And that's a beautiful buy into support there for the daily. The 22-hour looks nice to me. This is what I was talking about earlier today. That's why I was like, I felt, I didn't feel, but the charts were conveying to me a long was coming. You see what I'm saying? They were conveying to me that there was going to be a bit of a long. All right. What if that's why everyone's saying RIP Doge? You're so funny, man. Beg, don't say that. Don't RIP my coin. Wow, that would be an 18% move for Bitcoin to an all-time high of 78,000 if it can rip out of this flag. It is a bit of a Sammy cup and handy to the upside. Bit of a cup there. And I don't really like it. I like when the cup kind of maintains more of a rounded sphere. But it has some Sammy cup and handy vibes here to the upside. Previous support is resistance. Take a look at our 8-hour time frame. It wants to bounce. It is bouncing. It's getting a bullish engulfing candle about. Let's see how this candle closes at the end of in an hour and 22 minutes. We're going to get an 8-hour candle close. We want that to close bullishly. And the 8 hours my go-to snipe time frame. You know that. As long as we stay above the yellow line in the 8-hour, we're good to go. I see a golden cross coming. I wouldn't be surprised if this trade plays out here. An entry here. A stop below these two wicks. And we attempt to ride to Valhalla, baby, all the way to 78,000 for a 4.71 risk-reward ratio. So it would be an entry right now on the 8-hour time frame. Stop loss below the 200 MA. All right. It would have to be below the 200 MA, somewhere right here. The stop would be somewhere at 65,519. 65,519. And the take profit would be at about 78,850. No guarantees it's going to happen, but you're playing support or resistance in a falling wedge with low stochastics and a bit of hidden bullish divergence. That swings up while that swings down on the 8-hour time frame. The daily doesn't look amazing, but the daily is showing signs of a reversal. And you had the inverted head and shoulder that broke out. You're revisiting kind of a neckline here and a hard point of control on the VRVP that spreads through the daily and the 8-hour time frame. So only time will tell, but I like what I'm seeing here on the 8-hour, and I like trading the 8-hour. The 4-hour attempting to get a bit of a bounce, but could also be bear flagging here. We got to make sure we get above this resistance sooner than later. You can see what it is right here. So the 4-hour, let the 4-hour break up at least back to 69.9 where it has a lot of resistance. There's some chop there. There's a gap in the VRVP. We bounced off the point of control on the 4-hour time frame too as well. That's some good bullishness. Bit of a double bottom on the 4-hour. I bet, can't really see it, but it looks like a lame double bottom, but it is. Bullish engulfing candle on the 2-hour, and the 2-hour has legs to the upside for Bitcoin in the 1-hour. Just needs to really close a candle above the 200 MA, and that's a bullish signal for me that this gap will likely close and will at least get a move to 69,750. So that's where I would be looking to take some profits if I swing trade today through this gap of the VRVP. No guarantees any of this is going to happen. We could get rejected by this 200. We could turn. We could do bearish retest, and we could drop right to the downside. I am open-minded that anything could happen at any single time. Bitcoin could dump in my face, could pump in my face. I could miss it. That's the fact of trading. Any single thing can happen. Once you read Trading in the Zone or listen to the audiobook on YouTube by Mark Douglas, you'll learn so much about life and about how you used to think certain things and were unfair to yourself even as a trader. But right now, look, the 200 MA is becoming the guardrail, the yes and no. The plus and minus, can we get it? The alpha or the omega. It's like, can you get through the 200 here and this point of control? Major resistance for Bitcoin at about $68,000. And the stochastics are a little high on the 1-hour time frame. 15 minutes says, yes, we can. So I like what I'm seeing here. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. I do not see how we don't close this gap to the 200 SMA. This is what I was doing last night on the 7-minute. We just didn't get the play. 7-minute just broke above the 200. I could use that as a long right now with a stop below this level and ride it to the upside for the rest of the day. There's a chance. It is Friday. It's weak sauce. Friday is kind of not the best day to trade, but we could be getting a beautiful short squeeze in our favor. I don't get the 7-minute on this time frame. I get the 5. It plays very basically the same, but it still makes me weary. I like my 7-minute time frame. The key is we stop with because if we break the 200 MA, we're either playing games and we can get back in. I like to be a lot closer to it than this. But the key is we just go and we take profits at the next support or resistance. If that's not 3-1, we don't take the trade. This is a circumstantial trade. I don't really even need a flag or anything to trade it. A lot of times I don't even care about the stochastics. I just look at where price action is compared to the 200 MA. I may look at, you can watch flags and wait for the flag and be perfect about it. But a lot of times when this pumps, it'll pump when the stochastics are pretty high. This would take me to 69,000. Of course, I left my glasses somewhere. 69,894 and 67,354 would be the stop. You see that? And you can see the numbers there. That green is 69,894. Now I may not go exactly to 69,894, and I can wait for price action to touch the 21. That's one thing. Look. So yes, we may have gotten the signal, but we're away for the 21-day moving average. So to be perfect, and that's why I like to be perfect, we can wait. We can be like, okay, now I may miss. This could continue to pump and I may miss out. It could happen. Okay, who cares? As long as you have a system, play your system. So my system says to wait. Price, that 21's got to cross that 200. Usually you would need a pump for that, or at least some sideways upward trending price action. So I'm not going to enter the trade just yet. I'm going to, but I'm looking at it. It's a bullish signal for me. If you took it here, you would be in gain. If you took it there, you would have been in gains. And if you took it here, you would have been in massive gains. That one, actually, they would have tried to stop you out for a quick wickage. That would have been tricky right there before they took us higher. However you decide to trade, you got to stick to it and do it all the time. The more you trade the same way, the better off your probabilities will become. The sad thing is your emotions will get in the way after a couple losses and make you want to stop trading. You're going to have to figure out how to get through that. That is the key I found to success. It's not even about the wins. Everyone thinks the wins is the key to success. It's how you handle the losses and how you mitigate risk by never, like today someone was like, I lost big yesterday. And I said to him in the trading group, how did you lose big? How did you let yourself lose big? Like, how would your stop loss, you could control your stop loss. So you can control whether you're going to lose big or not. Stop losing big. Like, you're in control of that. You don't need to be losing big. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, that's self-sabotage. If you don't have a lot to lose, then why are you losing big? I don't have a lot to lose. I don't want to lose big. This is another idea. I think I want you all to do this. If, say you only have a $10,000 portfolio. Act like it's $1 million. And when you lose 10%, you go, oh, I lost $1,000 and you shrug it off. But if that's your only money and that's your only portfolio, imagine if a guy worth $1 million lost $100,000. He probably wouldn't just shrug it off. I mean, that's 10%. So you should start looking at the money you have in your portfolio and you should start playing the odds on the percentages. Again, not a financial advisor. Nothing I say to you should be taken as financial advice. But, what I would do personally for myself is pay attention to percentage and be really hard on myself. Like, can I turn 100 into 2? Can I turn 50 into $75? That's a huge, if you could turn $50 into 75, that's a huge accomplishment. Many people can't do that. Everyone likes to run their mouth and you see all these big wins. They get crazy and eventually they hit a big win, they post it. And what about the big losses? So just remember, no one's showing you their strategy live, so don't get FOMO. Don't compare yourself to others. Stay in the pocket, stay in the moment, keep grinding. You're going to get there. You're going to get there no matter what. As long as you believe you're going to get there, you will. I always closed my eyes and pictured myself in a beautiful mansion with high ceilings and a chandelier and opening the door to my guests like, hello, welcome to my house. Like, I always envisioned that. I always closed my eyes and said, that's it. Like, I said, but before I got there, I said, I will go without until I have enough to get exactly what I desire. You see what I'm saying? Until I have enough money to get what I dream of, I'll live in that one bedroom apartment and wear the same jeans every day. Like until I can wear suits every day, I'll wear the same pair of jeans every day. You get what I'm saying? I went without for long periods of time. I just want everyone to realize that. You see the channel bumping, you see everything going. I went with I did not care about what everyone else thought of me. I wore the same hoodie and jeans. I worked a night shift. Most people didn't even understand. See, I just told you what I did for a living as I moved time code around and did codecs and stuff. Most people I couldn't even tell my friends or family what I did for a living, really. Like I told them, I'm an assistant editor in the Editors Guild or whatever. I work on this show, I work on that show. But when I sat down, I explained no one knew what I did for a living. Like nobody. It was a very obscure, strange job that I fell into it through studying film at film school. Pretty crazy. Anyway, we're looking for the 7 minute to make a bit of a flag that could save the day here and get us a continuation pump to the upside. We now have a bit of a supportive resistance flip at 67,589. I'd like to see that level hold, and I'd like to see us not lose the 200 MA on the 7 minute time frame. Nice little pump. That's why I like the 1 minute. You don't need to be in the trade too long. Just take what's yours and move on. And move on. Yeah, I said move on. Yeah, move on. Remember move on? He played for the Red Sox. Move on. He flipped his car in I-95. No, I think he did though. When I was a kid, I think he did flip his car. Am I wrong? Whatever. I think he's awesome. I don't care if he flipped his car. But anyway, let's take a look at the 7-minute. All right. Good morning, everyone. The fact that we didn't lose 66.5 is gold, baby. I agree. And look at this wick here now, showing signs of a possible bounce. So I study my trade. Shout out to Palm AI. I love Palm AI. I've been in it for a long time. I believe it's at a good place to buy in. But again, that's me. Of course, I'm going to talk about, Palm AI because I like Palm AI. I'm also colorblind. Sometimes a green candle looks red. I have to verify. So crazy, right? But see, you would expect a move here. 1 minute looks like, see that rounded bottom there? 1 minute looks interesting. As long as we stay above this support or resistance level and the 200 MA, we will move. You'll even see the Stokes just come and, Remember, if I get stopped out, I don't lose a lot. I could trade basically 6 of these straight. I could lose all 6. As long as I hit one. Recently, I've been hitting them. So, 124 for $600. Let's see. I don't like trading on Fridays, though, I'll be honest. I wouldn't overtrade Friday. I'd take one shot on Friday. If it didn't work, I'd walk away. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I might continue to kind of trade in and out of the market depending. But Friday, I'm not going to chase. It's low volume on Friday. We might have a huge pump too. Anything could happen. But in general, I'm not going to be chasing on a Friday. Okay? Doesn't mean it can't happen. That's what I want you to understand. Everything I say doesn't mean it happen. This is fact. Like, it has to happen just like this. You know what I'm saying? Everything is subject to change. It's just, this is the overall probability that we go for over and over and over again. No matter what. And shout out to everybody here, man. Another beautiful day here in sunny Florida. Like, absolutely insane. It's going to be 91 degrees today again here in beautiful sunny Florida. 90 degrees, 91 degrees, 74 at night. At night, it's been beautifully cool. 70 degrees with a breeze. Not too humid at night. It's been you could have slept out at night the last couple nights on the deck, man. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. No clouds in the sky. When they call it the Sunshine State, they weren't kidding. I've been here for 3 weeks in a couple days, and I had it rained for 20 minutes, and I had one kind of cloudy day. Like, it is just beautiful every single day here. I wake up, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Shout out to the Floridians, man. And I used to come here for vacation, and now this is the first time it's really setting in because I'd be on vacation 5 days, maybe 10 days. I was never here 2 weeks, and I was never here 3 weeks. So now, like, I'm really been here, and it's unbelievable. Shout out to Crypto Billy, man, in the house. Now I'm down south with y'all peoples, down in the Carolinas. Shout out to my Georgians. So it's starting to settle. When you see the 21 cross, that's usually a really good sign. That's like a golden cross. Yeah, my liquidation way away from my stop. So I'm going to jump on in here. I'm seeing signs of bullishness for Bitcoin. When that 21 crosses, you're going to get an explosive move. I'm looking for the short squeeze to the upside here for BTC. Looks like we can get it. Stop loss is very close. You can see it doesn't have, I do not have to risk a lot for these trades. That's why I love them so much. And if I lose, I'll lose. I don't mind losing live. It happens. Let's see what happens. Anything could happen right now. We're looking for ye old short squeeze. The short squeeze to the upside here. We got this liquidity bar at 69,000. Stay with me then. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me. How could you not know? I don't know. Stay with me so I know where you are. 68,800 for Bitcoin. And then we got levels here down here at 67,600. All right. I mean, we're up in the trade now, right? We're getting a little bit of a bump. That's a bull flag. 21 crossing the 200, above the 200 SMA. My system says that's a go-go for gain. Well, you never know, no. We break above the 200 SMMA. I use the SMMA as well. That will be a nice big gain. So right now we're getting rejected by the MMA. You can see it here on the 5 minute. This blue line, see it creeping on in? Let's get the move here. Come on, baby. Boom. You know a big green candle's coming. You know it's coming. You know Sammy demands what price will do, and it will do what I want to do when I tell it to do it. You will pump, and that will be it. Enough from you, green candle. You will pump, and you will show me to be the best, and there will be nothing left. Nothing else will happen today. You will pump right now. That will be it. We want green candles, and we want them now. We want gains. Send the gains to me and my group. Make it happen. There's no other choice for reality. I've already predicted it. It has to happen. There's nothing else that can happen here but a push to the upside. Short squeezed all these people up here. There's so much liquidity up here on that short. There was so much fear right now. Come on, baby. Once we break that level, boom. Boom. You can feel it. It's about to happen. It's just like boom. Come on, man. I can smell it. We are at a resistance. Can we break through is the question. Only time can tell. Come on, baby. Don't fail me now. 16 seconds. This candle will close so lackluster. Oh, that's so sad. I want it to close. Boom. Boom. Come on. I'm just expecting this blast of liquidity here, and I'm not getting it. 2 seconds, 1 second. The candle closes lackluster. See how this next candle opens up. There we go. Come on. This candle's got to eat the liquidity right now. Bang. Pick the order up. Pick the order up. Pick the order up. I've never seen like, come on. Come on. Come on. Do what you're supposed to do, candle. Like you're supposed to, brah. This is supposed to be a violent move, like a snapper. Like, I've watched you do this all the time. Just do what you're supposed to do. Fridays, man. Tuesday, this thing would have snapped already with the liquidity. So fast, it would have snapped. Ah, lackluster wick candle. No. No. Yo, pop the way you're supposed to pop and stop playing with me. I command you to do what you're supposed to do, candle. The games are enough games, man. The 21's crossing the 200. You're above the 200. I backtested this for years. You're supposed to move right now. There's nothing else. Market maker, man. Yo, call in Willie Woo right now and tell him to make a buy. Somebody, man. Call a whale in. Yo, buy like $1 billion worth of Bitcoin right now and make this happen. Wow, now look how flat that candle sits. It's like they're watching me right now, right? You think they're watching me? Look at this, sitting the candle right there now. Just sitting. Just sitting. Just sitting at 67.9. Flat Toshi. Eat the liquidity. There's so much up here, man. Everyone just shorted the market. We know they're all up here. Eat the liquidity. Eat it. You're hungry, candle. This one's going to close in 3 minutes. Going through 2 7-minute candles. 5-minute candles. It's the 5-minute too. I don't like the 5-minute. I don't trade the 5. I trade the 7-minute. Give me the 7-minute, please. They don't got it. They ain't got it. They ain't got it over here. Hey, Johnny, give me the 7-minute over here. I need 2 7-minutes. I need a 3 and a 4-minute over here. A 3-minute. I trade the 3-minute. I trade the 7-minute over here. 7-minute abs. 7 chickmunks. There's 8-minute abs. Why don't they have 7-minute abs? 7-minute. So stupid, man. Friday trading treacherous. Oversold into the stochastics now. Kind of like. Wow, they playing with this candle right now. I can't watch it anymore. Let me get into my long-term TA. Ondo doing damage too, man. Congrats to anyone that jumped into Ondo. I just like seeing people make gains. Super exciting times to be alive. I mean, we have this hidden bullish of the 4 hour. Everything looking interesting to me for a move to the upside, but you never know. You never know. And we had this bunch on the 15. It still has momentum. 15-minute wants to run up. See, the 1 minute's got this pretty wacky, kind of looks like a double top to me. And here we are back with the game plan. I can't look at it. I can't look at it anymore. It's making me sick over here. Every time I look at you, Candle, you don't know what to do, huh? I ask you to go up, you don't go up, huh? And then you don't go down. Hey, just go down. If you're not going to go up, go down. Do something over here. Don't just sit on a flat line and stare at me for the rest of the night, huh? I got a show to do over here. You got to give me some volatility, huh? The people need you. They need you to do something, Candle. You can't just sit there and stare at me all day, huh? I need a show here. You got to produce. I'm trying to do something over here and you're not letting me do it, huh? You're sitting flat. At least let me lose so they can laugh at me, all right? Or let me win so they can yell at me. Whatever you want. But I gotta get it in. Something's gotta happen. You gotta move over here. I can't take it anymore. All right? You hear me, Candle? Are you listening to the words that are coming out of my mouth? Oh, man. That's what Friday trading's like, though, right? It's like eating crackers. You know what I mean? With no cheese, no dip. Just sitting there, just waiting. Asking for a drink, never getting it. Yo, can I get a drink? With this candle. Look at this candle. It's so whack. Come on, baby. Show me the love. No, I'm going to be, you know what, though? Dear Lord, I'm so appreciative of everything I do have. Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for all the wins that I had in the last 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Thank you for the gains on Ondo. Thank you for the gains we've had. Really, straight up blessings on blessings for everything in my life. Thank you for the moment that I woke up this morning. Thank you for my kids. May the pregnancy with my wife go well. We just did a stress test yesterday. We had a baby appointment. Everything went well. And just blessings on blessings to be alive. So I want to take a moment to be grateful for everything in my life. And, you know, second I say that, right, the candle starts to rise, baby. Rise like the seas. Rise, baby, rise. Rise, baby, rise. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Rise like the oceans, baby. And look at you, the gratitude, right? The gratitude. I gave the candle gratitude, and look, it didn't like when I yelled at it. It got upset when I yelled at it. But when I told it how much I cared and how much I love life, it said, you want more? I said, I want more, candle. Can you give me more, baby? Can you produce more gains for me? Please, I love my gains. I just want more. I'm twisted today, man. I love you all, man. Look at that move, though. We did get a green move. Sammy, cup in handy to the upside, baby. Dang, man, that's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's all I asked. I wasn't asking for a lot. I was just asking for a little bit of a gain here. Nothing crazy. You know, just a little green candle for Sammy to get in and get out and do, you know what I'm saying? That's all I wanted. I didn't want it all. I didn't need it all. I just needed a little bit, a little something to get me going in the morning. All right? Just a little pick me up. That's all. That's all. I'll take that. I'll even take that. I'll be so appreciative of that. That is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. That was supposed to happen. All right? Bang. And it did. All right? Sammy, the candle whisperer. Dude, I tell candles what to do and they do it. But you got to rub them the right way. You got to know how, you got to rub gainitis cream into them. You got to rub in the cream. You rub in the cream, you get the bacon. Okay? You understand how this works now? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I love you. I hope I'm not freaking you out too much. Let's take a look at the viewership. Is it plummeting? Shout out to everybody here on the live. you know, you got to make people entertain a little bit, right? I can stare at the trades and be a nerd all day long. And I don't mind doing that. But, you know, it's nice to also, you know, have some fun every once in a while and be a regular guy, right? 21 crossing the 200 is a golden cross to me. It's a bullish sign for a possible bullish move to the upside, but it is a sketchy Friday. Little bearish divergence starting to form here. I don't know. I'm in the middle on taking profits on this just little scalp or letting it rock. I just like to win. It was up at like 90 at one point. We were cooking. Now back to 52. I can do that, you know, a couple times a day and just continue to keep the doctor away. Let me take a look at some other time frames for a split second, but it's crazy. Leverage trading, you look away and it's over. So the 1 minute cooked out of the little flag that I had there to the upside. Looks like it could get pinned and get a little more rat resistance. We break above 68,000 though. We can get it further moved to the upside. Let's take a look at Bookmap. Bookmap link in the description below if you want to use Bookmap. It's telling me where there's key API data. It's showing me where the whales are hiding, where the money's at. It's telling me if I can probably get liquidity for my orders. 68.8 says we can get there. So we got some liquidity at 68.8. I'm going to ride, baby. I'm going to ride. And we're up now, further to the upside. Sammy did it again. Monster candle to the upside. That thing is closing, streamlining, ready to rock and roll, baby. Let's go to 68,800 for the move. Let's take this baby all the way to Valhalla like we wanted to. There's my target. Well, I'm at 69.8. I'm trying to go hard, right? We got the move to the upside. Sammy's back on track here on Friday, and we're going. We're going. And you can see I just take my scalps, $100 there. I like that. I'll take that. I'm taking that, $92. Oh, see, this is, if you do last, you can potentially get out. That's why I flash close a lot though. This, you know, there we go. But that should be barely any fees at all on that move. All right. Now, if it wasn't Friday, I may ride all the way. And you know I close early. You know it's going to probably pump. But I pay myself over and over and over again, regardless of what happens. Thank you so much for that candle. I asked for it. I begged for it. I yelled for it. I screamed for it. I acted for it. I did whatever I could to get that move, and we got it. And so I don't want to be greedy. I want to be so blessed. And I want to show you how to be grateful for what any little gain. See, today I want to teach gratitude. When I sell those gains for 80 to $100 or whatever it may be, I'm teaching you how to stay in gratitude. You know, gratitude for that $80 will bring me 800 and more. You see? And that will turn into 8,000, which will turn into 80, which will turn into 8 million over time. Like, I will continue to grow my wealth. It just will happen in that manner. Okay? Because I'm in control. I command it. That's what has to happen. 15-minute getting the move. I see it moving all the way up to the 200 MA. There may be another entry in here somewhere on the 1 minute time frame. I may have kissed away a beautiful entry. I mean, that thing looks like it's going to moon. How many people here are in the? How many people took a trade off of their education and it made sense to them, so they took the trade? Put a 10 if you took the trade in the comment section. Put the number 10 if you took a trade. Put an 11 if you're still in the trade. So you're in gains. Put an 11 if you're still in the trade. Put a 12 if you took gains. Well, we got some 10s here. We got a lot of people in the money right now. Unbelievable. We got a lot of people still in the trade. Not many people took gains yet. Everyone's still waiting on the gain. I'm like the only guy that took gains. Interesting. That tells you something, right? See? You want to be in the minority most of the time if you can. Okay, we got some gainers in there. We got some people that took gains. I'm not saying you have to. This thing looks like it's going to moon. Look at that green candle starting to form. It's about to get the next push now to the upside, likely. Very likely. How do I do this? How do I know? I use moving averages. When I saw the 21 coming for the 200, but then you use stochastics and they were oversold, Sam. I know. I learned that the moving averages are the strongest signal ever, and that even if the stochastics are a little overbought, to trust the fact that the moving averages will take care of me. because this was the hardest thing for me, because I knew my stochastics more than the moving averages, but then I saw them and then I added them together, and then one day they conflicted. I was like, well, I don't know. I mean, that's overbought, but that looks like it's going to cross. I said, what do I do? And so one day I played the moving average, and then I started realizing as long as I got above a 200 MA, I was okay. Things could work out in my favor. Funny, I forgot we weren't on the 7, we were on the 5. Remember when I was counting the moments, but. And this thing should moon, because the 15-minute, from my years of back testing, should pump back up to the 200 MA. And this is why people love this live stream, because we find our way to make a gain every single day. It doesn't matter if it's small, big, large. I don't care how many times I do it. I can scalp this 5 or 6 times a day. I can scalp this on the beach. What I like about my signal too is I could do it on the beach. Say I sat on the beach and I saw this flag. I could draw this flag, open this up. I could sit there for 10, 20 minutes, take my trade, close it, and I could spend the rest of the day with my kids on the beach. I could just spend, hey, I want to just check. Usually I just check the market, and if I see nothing, I see nothing. But the fact that you have years and years of a system waiting means that you're already ready to make a trade at any moment in time. You just need to see the market give you the signal. And so this is one of the signals that I go for. And even though it's low liquidity Friday, look how we're barely moving. We are crawling. It took us so much to get that move. And look at this candle just doing nothing right now. We're back above 68K. In the long term, in the big picture of Bitcoin, we're doing great. We're going to close that weekly candle above 67.2. Things are really starting to look up for BTC. And I have some new coins that I gave my trading group today in the last 2-3 days. New coins that nobody knows about, that nobody's talked about, that are new on the radar. You guys got to check out the token metric section. I gave you guys some deep dive alpha there. I'll give you one. It's called Blade of God. You might want to write it down. Blade of God. Not out yet. It's an anticipated action RPG. Takes inspiration from the rich and dark lore of Nordic mythology. The game blends the traditional role-playing elements with unique gameplay. Their vision is to reshape the interaction between humans, the digital realm, and the AI through gaming. Blade of God X constructs the world that spans the 4-dimensional space of spatial and temporal civilizations across the 9 realms. Void Labs, a leading name in the gaming industry, is the driving force behind Blade of God X. So look up Void Labs, see who they're connected to, see what's going on, do some deep dives on Void. Let's get going as a team here. The game will be on PC and mobile platforms, pioneering cross-platform play. Their Web 2 games, Blade of God and Blade of God 2, have collectively surpassed 6 million downloads. They are leveraging their strong presence and brand in the Web 2 world to make a significant mark in the Web 3 gaming domain. AI Gaming Void Labs is developing an ecosystem that transforms human engagement with AI labs in the digital world. They're going to revolutionize the gaming world by including AI. More in this font will be revealed later. There's also some other coins that you know about if you're in my trading group that are getting hot like hot sauce. All right. And look at this thing starting to brew here, getting the pump to the upside. The stochastics don't care. This thing wants to moon. And here we are catching green candles for you. In catching the exact entry, that trade was almost never in the red from the second it was open, just continuing to pump to the upside, doing ridiculous things. Kind of an inverted head and shoulder there on the 1 minute time frame. We had it in that little flag that I drew. That thing is sparring for more at 68,300. You are in the gain now. You ride that stop loss to break even and ride risk free at this point. And that's my favorite thing to do. And everyone's like, I always get stopped out. I'm like, then where, how, you got, if you trade the way I trade, you can see me you see me on a day. You only see me for 2 hours of my day. And there's more trades happening throughout the day at night. There's way more trades in 2 hours of my day. And you see me lose some trades, but a lot, how many, you see me hit. Look, this thing is mooning right now. Shout out to everybody here on the live. And who cares about me? It's all about me. I know, I get it. Everybody can't stand it. But why is this amazing? Why are we watching candles pump right now? Because I've done this every single day for thousands of hours and eventually I want to teach you that the key to life and success is just being consistent. You'll be good at anything you do every single day. You will be good at it over time. That's it. That's it. Golden cross, basically I call this I should give this a name, the lily cross or something. The daisy cross, because the daisy's made of white and yellow, you know, the daisy cross, and it's my mom. So at this point, you could take gains, you could move your stop loss to break even, but nobody out here should be losing. You know, if you use proper risk management, if you trade the trades that I trade over and over again, you should have more wins than losses over time, period. Unless you're just chasing. And also, don't go for low liquidity days when there's lack of liquidity. I mean, today is a low liquidity day, but, you know, like Saturday night is really the worst, one of the worst days to trade if you're not in like the midst of an insane bull run. It can be treacherous. Sunday night into Monday, you know, Monday after Mondays, you know, Monday mornings, thinking you can tackle the volatility just ways to get rocked. You know, Monday night, great night to trade. Tuesday night, great night to trade. Wednesday night, good night. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, good days to trade. Thursday, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., volume can drop off a little bit. You got to be careful. So, like, there's times when the liquidity is better for you, and there's times when it's not. You don't even know this is a beginning trader, right? So when you start trading, you're like, oh, yeah, you know. Anyway, we hit a gain. We talked about Bitcoin. The bigger picture is that the 15-minute, this is what we want to focus now on, is the 15-minute time frame. We want to see us break above the 200 MA on the 15. It says we can. I guess we call it like a broadening falling wedge. We could say there's resistance up there waiting. Pretty weird. Very strange price action, if you ask me. But so that's why it doesn't really matter. See, when I only used the patterns, I couldn't figure out what was going on. When I got off just the patterns and I started seeing how the moving averages interacted with price and created the world, and I could start seeing things before they happened. Like when these got tight, you knew that you were going to pump up to the yellow line. Understand, like take a picture of this and understand this concept. You could use this on multiple time frames. It's the same idea when you're pumping to the upside and these get tight. You're going to dump to the 200 SMA. And you got, you know, you flip the chart upside down and a long will teach you how to short, a short will teach you how to long. It's the same thing. Your emotions are just flipping it on you. You've got this more than you realize. Like your brain is already set for this. You're fighting yourself. That's what I learned. When I say this stuff, I'm talking to myself or my old self, my past self. All right. And you got to learn to take profits. Look, we're down now already back to 164. Like you've got, especially on a low liquidity day, we're trading small time frame. I'm trading high leverage, 37X. That's pretty high leverage. I don't think people realize too many people throw 100 around and 200. All right. Let's talk about altcoins that are going to continue. I see ONDO continuing. I see ONDO at 141. It'll take its time. You could look for flags in the 1 hour, stuff like that. Let's take a look at the smaller time frame for somebody. You could look at something like this. I mean, it is making kind of well, you could look for some type of consolidation. That's what I like about flags. When I draw a flag, I'm not telling you this is going to pump. I'm saying if this can do, if once we get here, it's more, then I'm saying it's likely going to pump. It breaks here, then no. Then the pattern didn't hold up. We didn't really fully, you got to get 2 to 3 touches on the bottom trend line. So you're looking to see if you get that. If you get that, then you can trade the flag. So if I was going to trade ONDO, I'd make sure the bigger time frames already have kind of a go-go, which they do. And then I'd be ready to kind of lock in for more. Right click here, hit alert, and get ready for a move. You see? My problem is over trading. I love it so much, I'm addicted. If I didn't trade so much, I would be more profitable. How do you overcome the addiction? LOL. I know I've been more disciplined. You know how I overcome the addiction? Is I look at my portfolio. Like one day I have a nice good night's sleep one night. Work out, meditate, eat some food. Like a Saturday, spend like 6-7 hours away from the charts if you can. Go do something and then come back to the chart and sit there one day and say, man, and look at your wins and look at your losses. And write down when you lost too, right? Keep a diary of your losses where you're trading at night. When did you trade these trades? Write down when you traded them. What if you notice most of your losses are low liquidity days? I'm just saying, find a correlation. There may be none, but at least look for one. Maybe it may be late at night. Maybe it may when you get home from work or something. I don't know what it is, but there may be something We're data sets. Find out your data set. Find out a lot about yourself. Use a trading diary. Now, I'm not done with what I'm saying in answer to your what you're saying about your problem here. So how do we get, so when we look at it, say, wow, I traded 30 times. Had I just traded those 12, I'd be up $2,000 this month. But instead, I'm at zero. So limit yourself. Say next 2 weeks, I'm going to limit myself. And then say and then when there's days the trading looks hot, just say I'm okay with that. You got to be okay to walk away. Even me, look at my trading group. People spend money in the trading group. I want to be in the trading group every single day, all the time, 7 days a week. But what if someone said, hey, can you come golfing next Tuesday from 1 to 6? And I'm like, nah, man, I got to be in the charts every single day. I got you. And like, you got to be, you know what? I'll take a day off once every maybe 10 days and I'll take 5 hours from the charts. And you know what I mean? If you don't do that, then what's the point of having your own business? What's the point of being successful? You're not successful, in my humble opinion. So at the end of the day, and if you want to become a successful trader, like you're going to the end result of trading, right? You want to get to the highest level of trading that you can get to. That's where you're looking to go. That's where you want to get to. Then, I mean, it should be long-term investing, swing trading, right? So after closing a tiny BTC and sold just now, I should probably stop now and go outside. Amen. I like that. I like that. Bask in your wins. I had big wins this week. We had a monster trade that played out perfectly on Monday. It was gift given. Like it was God giving. It was an amazing trade. And I had 2 big trades open. One was really big, a lot bigger than normal on the USD pair. And so I'm still wilding off that win. And I don't want to give back. I didn't go and take half that money and go, no, I kept that account alone. I didn't even trade that account once this week. The big one that made the gain, I didn't touch it. I traded the smaller one. Little bits, little trades like this one here. I don't need to be a big shot. You don't need to know every single trade that I make so I can throw my gains in your face. That doesn't do anything for me or you. Look at this thing continuing to moon though. Man, this was a winner here. This was a winner, baby. 68,400 for Bitcoin. Bang, bang, orangutan. And it made the best thing, the 30-second probably had a nice little flag here. Let me show you how the 30-second probably looked. This is like, and again, there's some bearish divs starting to form. Now we got bearish div in the indicator too as well. My indicator that, matches kind of what I see happening. 68,281. We just went all the way from 66.9 back to 60. I mean, they love playing with this market. But you can see, look, my little shapes, and people make fun of my little, don't pattern trade. Are you a retail pattern trader? I see that that guy's ad all the time. You kind of trade. I mean, we do use liquidity, and I can see where money is. So I guess I'm doing something more than just pattern trading, because I'm actually looking at where the market makers, or where the liquidity is, like where the biggest whales are in the market and where they want to buy and sell. And I'm using that to my advantage. It's definitely a cheat code in a way. I mean, I can see way more about the market than most people. They're just looking at charts. BOOKMAP shows you what the candlesticks are hiding, shows you what's behind the candlesticks. This is what I absolutely love about BOOKMAP and why it's so absolutely, unbelievably, undiscernibly amazing. It's just, I love it. I love BOOKMAP. I don't think I'm going to buy Waffles. It just doesn't seem to have that pick me up, man. It's been pretty flat. You never know. I mean, I like Da Vinci overall. I don't know about everything that they do over there with those guys, but the whole MM Crypto, Carl the Moon. Wow, it finally got a bit of a bounce though. They changed the logo a little bit. I like that. That's kind of more legit. $3.8 million market. It did get a nice bounce from when we looked at it. 217% gains. That ain't bad. Back to a 3. I don't know. It's got some pick me up. Interesting. Maybe I'll buy it. Maybe I'll put like, I don't know, 2 or 3 SOL in Waffles. Nothing. I don't know. What's going on with Ethereum is there going to be a jump. Someone says, Carl, the moon is sus. Da Vinci is cringe. Yeah. You know, you can say whatever you want. Da Vinci was getting into Bitcoin at a bean, and it's documented he was talking about it. So he's an OG, though. He's the crypto OG in my book. You know, so I guess it doesn't mean he can do whatever he wants just because that's what he did. I don't know if that's what someone's saying, but like, I don't know. I found him to be somewhat legit, but you never know. There's something going on with those Three Musketeers, though. I'll tell you that. Those funny boys over there in Dubai. They live by their own rules out there, you know. I mean, I see this as a falling wedge bull flag that wants to break to the upside on the 4-hour time frame with hidden bullish divergence. Swing down to swing up. That tells me we're going to boom. So far, everything is kind of in position for a move to the upside here for Bitcoin. Remember, the 8-hour trade I suggested is actually in the money already. Pretty funny. You see what I'm saying? And in 35 minutes, this 8-hour candle will now close bullish engulfing, which changes the story completely from like an hour ago, which is insanity, right? That's why you never know when it comes to trading. So the 8-hour in a bit of a kind of cup and handle here. Hidden bullish divergence, about to get the golden. See, that's just like how we just traded the 21 crossing the 200. Similar kind of idea here if we take a long on the 8-hour time frame. I like what I'm seeing here on the bigger time frames. It's cautioning me to open up a bigger time frame trade. And I could watch it for the next 2 days and not really swing anything, just kind of. Yeah, it's basically a 4-to-1, and I can still be under the 200 MA. It's a high-risk trade for sure. Could easily get stopped out. Let me take a look at the way it looks here, though. Beautiful move. Shout out to anyone that made gains with my idea here or able to see the same thing that I saw. I was using the 5-minute flag. It was such a beautiful move. And it may not be done yet either. It may be looking for more here. So small time frame, we may want to go here, small time, right? So I'll switch to the longer term account on the CoinM. This is how I kind of fumble between different trades. All right, cool. I go back to the 8-hour, star it if I need to. Can you only put so many? Oh, you hit the plus sign next to it to get it to star. I'm like, why can't I? You know. Now I'm almost buying a breakout, but I don't know if it's really broken out just yet. Can you? My daughter has her friends over and they're screaming and yelling in here over here. I closed the doors over here. Hey, I told those kids to keep their mouth shut. Hey, 777's over here. I gotta stop. When your dad is the boss of South Philly, it's not easy over here. I am not the boss of South Philly. What if I was a massive mob boss? I'm just joking. Would that be crazy? Like this, like online trader was a known capo. Hey, who you looking at over here? I was in New York too long, you know. I developed a bit of a thing for that. So 3.81 risk reward ratio. These are harder to calculate because I'm always like, how much Bitcoin is 81,628? I'll probably get out way earlier than that. But there's a chance that trade really does want to moon. That's what it says it could do. If we lose the 200, the trade's over. And even if we lose it for a second, then it fumbles around, I get back in on a better look. Stop loss is at 64943. And now here's where the math comes in. Can I turn this? I feel like I can turn this into... Interesting. You can do all the calculations of the results right there. But I thought I could change the... So I got 0.06, right? Now I know 0.01 is 6 grand. 0.001 is 600. So 0.06 Bitcoin should be about $600. Should be about, what, $3,600, correct? $68,260, $4 grand. So I got 4 racks right here in the queso. So if I use 2,000 at 14x leverage, I'm basically risking about 1,200. I'm risking 1,200 for $3,600. You see that? That's what I'm doing right now. So if I lose 1,200. If I win another $3,600. See, I'm risking 0.02 for basically, but it's 0.019, but it basically 0.2 for 0.6. All right. Make sure my stop loss is well above my liquidation. All right. I don't want to lose the kitty. And I'm not using all of the Bitcoin. See, I'm only using a third of my Bitcoin. I got 0.06. I'm using 0.02. I'm using a little under a half. All right. And so there you go. I just opened up an 8-hour trade on the USD pair. I can go back to the M and I can scalp all day long on the small time frame now. And I could actually make the same trade if I want for a smaller amount of money. I like the trade a lot because I like trading near the 200 MA. And I like using that as protection. I may switch the time frame I'm using just based on what time frame is closer to a 200. I've done that now. Now that I use the strategy more, I'm using more types of the strategy. I'm playing with it a little more. I'm getting giddy with it, so to speak. Like I'm freer with the strategy. So some would say that's a head and shoulder pattern about to dump. And I would totally agree. But they're playing games today, and it looks like they're going to pump that out of a flag. I could be wrong, but the stochastics RSI are telling me that this thing wants the moon. And the 15-minute is still in your favor for a pump. Super sketchy. You don't have a lot of like good support or resistance in the local area for it. I don't know if I'm going to take the trade. I'm going to look at it though for sure. 69,023 with a stop at 68,073. Let me verify that. My old eyes. I can barely see there, boy. Again, I do the same thing. I'll risk the 100. Right? It looks like an inverted head and shoulder, but it also looks like it's going to pump. The stochastics look good to me. And I know the 15 minutes coming for the 200 MA. So while I'm doing this, I'm going back to the 15-minute time frame, and I'm making sure that it continues to head towards the yellow line. And once it gets above there, fireworks. The trade should continue on a massive level, at least to 68.8, and then I want the liquidity to match up on Bookmap at 68.8, and then the whole story kind of comes together. I hit 68.8, I call it a day, I go on with my day, and then bang, I did exactly what I planned to do. Right? My mind's been working on this stuff inside of my head, And again, I could easily get stopped out and the trade could go down. Oh, look at that nasty red. Ooh, I don't like that. I have to decide whether I want to cut off a $35 loss or do I want to take the loss that I put out. That's why you got to tell yourself, are you willing to lose? Before you put out the stop loss, you have to ask if you're willing to lose the money. And you have to say, I have this little conversation with myself. Are you okay with that loss? And I have to be like, yeah, I'm okay with that loss. I'll take that. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. And then move on. If you're okay with it, play it. If you're not okay with it, don't play it. Don't play nitty gritty with yourself halfway through the trade like you didn't know. And that's what I think most of these people are doing. They're getting into a trade, risking $2-3 grand. Next thing you know, they're down $500. They can't handle it. They're freaking out. They are. And they're panic selling, and then the trade goes back up. They never even hit the stop loss of 1,000 they were going to risk, but they never had a talk with themselves. They were never willing to risk the 1,000 in the first place. So they end up panic selling with a $500 loss because they were never willing to risk what they initially said that they basically were in a state of dis-ease with their mind. So I can teach you that your subconscious mind is the reason you're not winning trades. Because you think you and yourself have had a conversation and you think you and yourself are in conjunction, but you are not. You are not the same person that asked the same question. You're flip-flopping inside of yourself. I was this person. That's why I know. That's what a lot of traders are doing. I can tell if you're doing it just by talking to you. I can look you in the face, have a conversation with you for 1 minute, bring you to lunch, ask you a couple things about your life, look at you, and I can listen to your language, the way you speak, the way you look at me, and I can figure out whether you are listening to yourself or not. So crazy, right? So if you as a trader are not willing to take the stop loss that you've already set, that's why you're panic selling half the time. That's why half the trades aren't going well, because you are not committed to what you did. All right? As this trade pumps in our face to the upside and we have another gainer. But I'm just saying, understand these concepts, okay? So you have to realize most of the time you're losing a trade and you're blaming the markets, you're blaming, oh, they stopped me out, you're blaming all this, but it had nothing to do with this. It was you. It was you the whole time. You did not commit to the stop loss. You did not write down your trade. You did not say, I'm willing to take this risk for this amount. Until you're willing to do that, right? This other trade's already up $50. We'll see. Doesn't look amazing today. It's Friday. I wouldn't overtrade Friday. I'm overtrading a little bit for Fridays. It's lower volume. But I am seeing some signals that I do like the 15-minute going towards the 200. So, even though it is Friday, I'm seeing some bullish signs for the market. All right. Let's jump on into some altcoins and have some fun here. It's 11:36. I don't want to bore you too much being a mentor here. But, I'm not here to be your friend. I mean, I want you all to be my friend, but I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to be your mentor. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear on a beautiful Friday afternoon. All right? You got the soul confusion versus clarity. Yes. No, we like Drift. I talked about Drift earlier, and Drift seems to be hot. And I actually have 3 coins I want to mention right now on the coin hour. Drift, on-chain perpetual spot trading with leverage. I don't know the team. No one paid me to talk about it. We found it on the stream, but it seems to be doing pretty good. And Drift is on the radar. You can even earn yield. So it's interesting. And it's Solana. So check out Drift today if you want to learn more. Banana Gun is another. This is like a bot for trading, Telegram bot for sniping. Really only other way it works on Ethereum and soon other chains, Banana Gun. And I think the coin will do well because it has a use case. I'm not your buddy guy. I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not your guy, buddy. I'm not your buddy guy. And then Soil, a really low cap RWA play that could be extremely high risk It could be one of the smallest assets, with the smallest market caps to get into RWA right now that could produce some of the biggest gain bags. So those are 3 coins you may want to pay attention to. All right. Maze, we also talked about this now for a few weeks now and went over it many times. Future ready blockchain at today's speed. Maze. All right. And then QUBIC, which I don't own, but I kind of wish, this is a coin I kind of wish, I don't think I'll ever own, but I wish I did. I went a little harder into Casper than QUBIC, but only time will tell. All right. Hi, Sam. I missed the channel, but taking a vacation and family activities. Lots of birthdays. Hope you're enjoying Florida living. Happy to be back. Shout out to my man. God bless you. Everybody comes and goes. Life beckons, I understand. I will be here every single day just doing what I do, my friend. God bless you. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Getting hammered here. Can we consolidate? Looks interesting. I don't like how when this starts to curve, that's no good. When the 21 starts to curve, I don't know. It usually doesn't look too good to me. I just shaved a little risk. If that dumps, I feel like it's going to be out the gate. You can mine QUBIC, he said too as well, which is interesting. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to Master Friend. Shout out to all the people here on the live. Tone, I keep saying how Tone's going to be big, and I just don't see how it's not going to be huge. Ton, Telegram network, man, it's got a lot going for it, and now they have their own wallet, and I keep talking about this. I don't think enough people are kind of making the connection here. I don't see how it doesn't do numbers. Based AI, one of my main calls too. I love this thing. I don't see how the fully homomorphic encryption doesn't really bang through with these lower language models, large language models, LLMs. This is a big deal. Anyway, I like based AI a lot. Crypto Fear and Greed Index at 74. Could be better, could be worse. Not too shabby. And let's shout out to iTrust Capital, our channel sponsor, where you can buy and sell cryptocurrency, gold and silver with your IRA. They're also open 24/7 today. People like that ETF. Oh, I'll hold the ETF for my grandkids. But when that Bitcoin crashes on Saturday morning, you can't access the low price. And if it ever comes back up, you're kind of stuck to right where it was. But what if you wanted to get in those low, juicy prices? What if you wanted to buy those nasty, deep red candles? You can do that here on iTrust Capital through your retirement because they're open 24 hours a day. So that really gives it an edge here on the ETF, in my humble opinion. But you do whatever makes you happy. So while people are rushing into the ETF, they could have just been building on iTrust Capital. They also have Chainlink, Shiba Inu, and the coins that you kind of need, and some small cap, low cap gems too that could, small. They were low cap, but smaller coins like Dogecoin and SHIB could run with the meme narrative, so it gives you exposure to memes. And that's iTrust Capital. Blessings on blessings to have them as a channel sponsor. Turbo, we'll talk about Turbo today. Really getting some damage, getting a move here. Copy that Ethereum contract address. Also has a Solana contract address. Smart move by Turbo. Wow, look at that thing. Hit all-time highs basically now today, ripping on the Ethereum network. And with the Ethereum ETF, I think it kind of helped Turbo a little bit. And some could say that because it was an Ethereum meme coin to begin with, that ETF was really, that hype to the ETF was giving it that build-up. And for the last few days, it's just been kind of getting ready for its massive move back to the upside. I don't own any Turbo. I didn't get in on this, but that was a 4.5x, almost a 5x there from that positional move it took from the beginning of May. So just 20 days to make 400% gains on Turbo. And you can't beat that. And it has liquidity. It has a name. It will likely probably pull back at one point now here, like every pump it has. But the Ethereum ETF and the Turbo just kind of got in it. It just maybe people got into it. Enough people talked about it, enough buzz, and Turbo got some love. I really like, if you listen to the story behind Turbo, which I did, I got sent the link one day, like 6 months ago or something, and you watch the story about the owner and you watch how he cries. He cannot believe what happened to Turbo. Pretty interesting story. One of the most organic coins in the game, whether it's being sold as much, that's the story that's been told. I believe it, but I get it. It could be packaged to us, but I don't know. I'm open-minded, and I don't want to put the guy down. You never know. All right? I'm just always speculative of information. But yeah, Turbo could be hot again. So shout out to anyone that did get into Turbo and made some gains. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, join the game. You know, people think joining the 99 is like, why would I give money if I'm losing money? But it's like, how much money have you lost already? You know, at least give, join a trading group, $99, and might stop the pain. Might just get you to stop, like, just over trading. You might actually be doing just negative behaviors that the trading group can help correct and say, hey, man, enough is enough. This isn't helping you. So resistance by the 200 SMA and at the top of this channel, likely that the 15-minute may collapse to the downside now. I'm not loving it. Tight moving averages, we came up, but it didn't really do what it wanted to do. It's a red flag to me. And we lost the 21-day moving average. I should be stopped out for about, $50-$60 in the next minute or two. Look, a double top on the trade, too. You got to learn when the trades are wrapped. I mean, it started to pump. Things were okay. It's also Friday. I'm probably going to end trading for the week after this. It was an amazing week of trading. Made most of the gains on a Monday, which that's what I try to teach students, too. Like, even as a day trader, you may make most of your money on one day of the week or 2 days of the week or maybe 3 days a week. It depends. Maybe every day you get a little bit. Some weeks, every day you get a little bit. Some weeks you don't. It all depends. All right? It all depends. And when you lose, you lose. It's okay. You took a shot. You had your money. I like when I lose because it told me I had my guts to get myself in the market. It told me I was playing. I was willing to play the game. And honestly, I can't win if I'm not willing to play the game at all. And most people are too afraid to even start to play. And that's why and then when they do play, they lose, and they don't get no education. They leave the market. They never truly take trading seriously. It's always a game to them. And you know what it is? I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm going to say something here. It's because they never take themselves seriously. It's not about trading. Someone that's efficient and successful internally will be efficient and successful at anything they do. Whether it's trading, whether it's running a business, it doesn't matter what it is. They'll do it. Bless you and your family and your angel of a daughter, Sam. Can we check AVAX, please? And thank you. I need that upside target. Shout out to Paul Wood. Let's take a look at it. I'm still learning from people like Master Friend, Stack, Burke, David, and the whole crew. Great group with the best trader of the game, Samuel, Cup and Handle. Shout out to Crypto Bitly, man. We love you. Thank you. Have a nice Memorial Day, all. Please remember those who gave their ultimate sacrifice. Oh, yeah, let's talk about that. Let's bring the music back. And let's do a moment of silence to all as Memorial Day begins. It's really the beginning of summer. Summer begins June 21st, but this is where people start their first backyard barbecues. This is it. Today's a big day. People to get off of work early. My sister already kind of headed down to the summer house that we would all be at right now. If I didn't move to Florida, I'd be at our summer house in the Cape, hanging out with my family. My parents didn't die. It's crazy. Last Memorial Day was tough because I remember sitting and eating with my sisters, and we had a Memorial Day weekend. And my mom was there, and we were all together, and my dad wasn't there, And it's sad. I remember one of the last cookouts I had, I cooked a burger. My dad was always like, great burger, Sam. Really appreciate it. Like, he'd always say that what you want, And towards the end, he just, he would sit and eat a year ago, 2 years ago, and talk for a bit. And towards the last 2-3 months, man, he really wouldn't eat. He would just finish his burger quickly and then be, oh, my back. And he'd go right back in the house and lay down again. And I remember being on the show and telling everyone, I think my dad's not doing well. Can you pray for my dad? It's just so crazy. I look at pictures of my past self before my dad passed. And you're like, there I am before my dad died. There I am now. My dad has died. Like, it's like, can you go back to who you were before your parents died? You can never go back. You can never go back, right? But anyway, moment of silence to all the people that risked their lives in any war around the world. And it's Memorial Day, and I memorialized, I love my country. I don't want to take away the patriotism, but like anyone who risked their lives for their country, anyone who gave for a righteous cause in this world, moment of silence. And dear Lord, we don't know why you took the people you did in war and all the people and all the good men and women that did go to war and didn't come back. But may we learn from their courageousness, their honor, their loyalty, their duty. And may the death of our brothers and sisters never break or push us away from God. May it make us closer and realize that we don't know the answers to everything. Amen. So, back to the music. Sorry. And back to the show, But it's Memorial Day weekend, man. Like, let's honor our country here as a true American. I take it seriously to be an American. I think too many people don't. Like, this is America, man. You know how many people came here and changed their lives because of the way the laws are? Where they were persecuted and couldn't do a dang thing where they were from? But because America gave them a chance, they started a business, they did something, people flew. There's people that fled Chinese, communist China, people that fled North Korea here in America. There's a lot of people here that fled, and I'm not saying we're perfect here at all. And we got our own problems. But let's be honest, like, I know so many immigrants and people that will tell me how much they love this country because it gave them such an opportunity that you can't get anywhere else. I love America with all my heart and soul. Like, enough to like I love this country with all my heart and soul. I truly do. I truly, truly do. America, man, like, let's remember what we truly stand for. The politicians and these people, they don't represent us. They don't represent us, man. None of them really truly do. But we, the people, we know the heart of America. We know what makes it American. It's the person willing to pull over to put the tire on someone else's car, even though they're late for work. Seriously, like, it's a person that's willing to help their neighbor take out put their trash cans back without saying anything. Like, it's the person that says, that carelessly picks up a friend's kid when they can't make it without question. That's an American, It's somebody that looks out for the community at all times. And it's for someone that cares about others. To me, that's what it means to be an American, Amen. Anyway, I don't mean to preach too much. I don't know where that came from, but it just comes out sometimes. I love this country. I'm a passionate person, and I care. 15 minutes still. May want to do the damage, man. Hasn't given up yet. Looked like it was going to kind of Things look kind of We get above this yellow line, I'm telling you, it's fireworks. We're going to rip. If we don't, we go back down to the bottom of the channel. So in the next hour, we're going to find out whether we go boom or bang. I'm still long. We're above the point of control in the gap. That actually, when you look at that, that says we're going. So I say there's a 60-70% chance we continue to the upside here for Bitcoin. We are away for the 21. We may have to flag out first. Okay, we get one more big pump before. Looks like we may have to flag out. Indeed, I love America and everything is given to me. God and County, cup in handy. You're funny. Anyway, so this is kind of where we stand. We break above the 200. We pump likely to 69.8. We get rejected by the 200. The top here, we dump back down to 67,000. And that's kind of where we sit today for Bitcoin. It's one of two positions, and you take your trade and you play your part. And you become some part of that liquidity, or you don't. Or you sit on the sidelines. All right. Okay. Oh man, you guys are funny, man. I don't think Sleepy Joe knows what a cup of handle is. No, that's funny, man. You're funny, bro. Too many funny guys out here in the chat. And the trade's still somewhat sideways. It kind of a head and shoulder. We'll see what happens. I'll throw my hat in the ring. No guarantees. No trades guaranteed at all to win. Let's take a look at the total market cap and all of cryptocurrency and see what's happening. I'm going to do my weekly analysis right away, right after this, and get it done pretty fast too. So, look, total looks like it wants to make a bit of a move here out of that 8-hour time frame. I'm watching the 8-hour. It's kind of my go-to. 21 curving Stokes and the hidden bullish. Boom, boom, boom. We may get a big pump today. You never know. Watch Bitcoin. We get above that 15-minute, it could start a catalyst for a massive move. If not, we go down. So I can kind of see where and how we're going to pump. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I got to jump on out of here for the day. Let me see if let me do the, I sound like dang Joe Biden right now. Let me take a look at the fan funding real quick. One Love, thank you. We're running a clinic on market cheat codes. God bless you. There's a way to do it. There's a way to get around it a little bit, right? Bless you, angel of a daughter. AVAX, please. I need that upside target. Let's take a look at AVAX for Paul Wood. I hope he didn't think I forgot it. I mean, you're doing the same thing. If Bitcoin lets go and rips, like I showed you. So everything's in this flag. Like everything's kind of mimicking the total market cap and Bitcoin, right? So you want this pump, you got to break the 200 MA, 43. And then if you break the 200 MA, I mean, I don't see how you don't go higher. I have this in a flag busting off near that golden pocket, and my target takes it to 91. But I would have liked more of a move out of that 3-day chart. Smaller time frame, I look at 43. All right. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications so you can find out when I post my next video. If you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here. We had a blast. We called that beautiful pump to the upside. That was really the monster trade of the day. After that, everything was kind of And we'll see. We may get back above that 200 SMA. And things may really start to cook here. We're really sitting at 68,250. And you can see kind of what's about to happen here. We break that 200 SMA on the 15-minute. We cook. So Friday, we could see some big moves today if we get above that. Shout out to Jamie Zeno. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. And Andy on Blast. Is Andy on Blast doing damage? Blast is hot sauce right now. No, still kind of in the sweet spot. All right, everybody, I love you. I thank you, and I'll see you tomorrow for a morning update and a stream at 8 p.m. like we do. 2 on the weekends. Like, who does that? Who doubles it up on the weekend? Only somebody that loves their job. I love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay blessed. Thank you so much for the gratitude. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time. I truly appreciate it. We had a beautiful show. God bless.